a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. What does that mean? It means you and I are the stopgap between being a slave to tyrants and being free men. Let's talk more about that today. But first, roll that beautiful bean footage. Those people are going to do anything? Maybe, maybe not. But steel manning the scenario, we have to assume that they're not. So I have a bunch of loadouts. What am I doing with those? I'm making sure that, obviously I can flex and it's not perfect, but if you have an extra couple of chest rigs, maybe have some magazines loaded in them ready to go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is kind of like a behind the scenes video because I am working on getting my video for Jay Modern Minuteman's 6,000 subscriber challenge thing. I'm going to link that here and probably down in the description. I was out here getting ready for that, so I decided to pause mid getting ready for that to show you guys this. I had taken the straps off of this LBV88 and put it on the Alice rig, the Risky Recondo rig, aka the Smersh Killer, aka the American Smersh, aka the Immersh. It's got a long name, I know, we've been trying to cut it down. Then I had gifted this to a nephew who I ended up taking it back from him and giving him another chest rig that I didn't even realize I had bought and he liked better anyways. Had a dump pouch on it, 6 mags. I mean, bare basics, right? But since then, I have somewhat successfully cultivated several rigs to work for me in my area. One of those being the split chest rig, one of them being the taps, one of them being that LBE. And I love all three of those. I also have the micro rig, which is not in the buddy rig anymore. That's just a 3 mag placard now. I use that at the range or whatever. We're not really being serious or just whatever. Probably stay in the car. But I have built out different rigs for different needs because if you're a tinker, you know what I mean. So I had already had that one Alice pouch like this, and I put it on that other rig, and I was like, I need a pouch for that. Gotten this back, and I took the straps out for that one, and so I was like, man, I've got this hydration carrier. I've got this vest thing that already has a belt on it. There's pouches, they kind of suck, but for what I've got in mind, I was like, what if I just build like the Rifleman rig? Because at the time, the way I had that Immersh set up, I only had like 9+1. It didn't have a dump pouch on it, and it had a spot for the pistol. And I have evolved it into what it is, and I'm not going to tell you what it is because you're going to get to see. But at the time, that one wasn't that full, and I was like, man, if I'm able to build the civilian light machine gun or whatever, like if we've got a guy who's just posted up with an 18-inch PSA with a binary and a primary arms 5X with a red dot, suppressed, like we got to get better on the channel. I got to start making money for that. But dreams, if the collapse doesn't happen before then. So I had all of this just laying around, including the sustainment pouch. So I was like, I'm just gonna throw this shit together, but I need that one extra pouch and I really want 4 for this one, you know, that's 12. If I really need to, 13, 14, plus 1, I mean, that's a heavy gunner's bag, right? Then you got a spot for medical, and then this can fold up, but here's your dump pouch. Da 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 da, drop it. Da 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 da, drop it. Da 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 da, drop it. At the end of it, you're like, shit. You pick up your 3 mags, you dump them in there. You know, you take some out of here, move them back over here because they're going to be pulling from this side. This is your resupply for that side. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, worst case scenario. But I'm like, I mean, these pouches can be useful. They're grouped up tight right now, but these pouches can spread out. Each pouch holds 2 grenades, you know, smoke grenades. I can move those over. That's 8 grenades. Then I've got these 2 grenade pouches down here. A compass is probably going to go in this one, or maybe this one. And then the smoke grenade in the other one. Radio, tourniquet. These could be mags, or this is your little admin stuff. You've got your Right in the Rain with the pencil and the map tool in this pack. You got 600 calories, 26 grams of protein in 2 little bags. Perfect. You're not going for a long time, you're just going for a good time. That's why it doesn't matter if you can't get into the sustainment pouch, because once you get to a location, most likely you're taking this bitch off or just opening it up, you know, laid out, so that you're easy reach to shit, right? Sitting like this, just slaying hate. Or you're using that as a semi-auto trigger and you're using it for a quick DMR session. A half a gallon of water. You got a sustainment pouch, so you could put an MRE in here. You can have an extra change of socks and underwear, whatever. We're going to be putting this mini filter on the bladder, and then we're also going to have the tablets. And if we have to fill this bladder up from anywhere that we know is not filtered, or every once in a while, because I do keep some water in there sometimes, if I'm not cleaning it out, I'll drop those tablets in there, give it the hour and a half it needs, then I can drink it through this. Should be fine. There's not a lot of water and food realistically for this. Maybe you put a canteen in that. You don't have to keep it shoved full, right? It could have 6 more mags in there, or maybe another 12 mags in there. You know, whatever you want to do. It's not set up to go long. It's set up to fend off for a short time. Been set up like this, you're not holding in that much heat compared to like the full rig or whatever. It's kind of like a blend of the old and a blend of the new, and it was cheap. I already had all the stuff. These mag pouches cost me $15 for 5 of them shipped. I was able to finish that one and finish this one. I had all these other things. Just a little bit of ingenuity. You don't have to have this tied on, which means you can stretch it or make it smaller or whatever, but that was already there and I just didn't feel like cutting it off, so I incorporated it. I mean, just trying to get my Warlord on. All right, guys, that's really all I got. Appreciate everybody who comes along. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're sharing this video to people who are like-minded and need to hear these things. I want to have that conversation, whether it be in the comments or you make a video response to this. We got to have these conversations. We got to get our Warlords on. We got to get ready. So when the time comes to be ready, we ain't got to get ready. Yada, yada, yada. And realistically, we all know there's a couple of people out there that when they show up, which they will, and they're not ready, you can build a couple of members to go with you that you know will work well with you. And you also get the right to heckle them and call them dumbasses for not listening to you when you fucking told them stay ready, so you ain't gotta get ready.